Hello YouTube, this is Neon, and I thought it would be fun for me, and hopefully for you too, to share the night that President Trump won the election. So I had gone to this gay leather bar that night. I was trying to hook up. They had cheap bill that night. It was a Tuesday. I had forgot that it was election night, quite frankly. And I had already decided not to vote because I did not and still do not like the Clintons, especially Hillary. Well, both of them. I had wanted Bernie, and when Bernie started telling us, vote for Clinton, I felt betrayed by him. So I just decided I wasn't even going to bother writing him in. So I go to this gay bar, and I don't know what channel is covering the election, but they're showing it on all the screens and the results and all of this stuff. And I don't know what station it was, but Rachel Maddow was one of the commentators. I'm guessing that I must have thought Clinton was going to win. But as different states began to go Trump's way, and I could see Rachel Maddow, I still think it's funny. She was fighting off tears. All the other broadcasters, they were so somber. They was acting like it was a funeral. And I thought it was the funniest thing because the media tries to pretend that they're not progressive, they're not liberal, they don't hate the Republicans. And yet, as the Republicans are winning, you can see how, like I said, Rachel Maddow is responding, how the others are responding, and it's so obvious that they're biased, which I think is fine. I'm no longer Republican. By the time this past election cycle came about, I became proud to be gay. I became, sometime prior, I became fairly staunchly pro-choice. And when Trump came along, even though I've voted for over 20 years Republican when I have voted, and he talked about building a wall, I was like, oh no. I've been staunchly pro-immigrant for a very long time, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. So as I'm watching this mess, some guy's trying to come on to me. He's trying to hook up with me, but we're not really a good match. In part because there's not a lot that I will do sexually with a stranger. There's a few things I'll do, and that's that. And you're not going to talk me into doing anything else. You're not going to get me drunk enough to do anything else, period. And so this guy, we weren't a good match. He came on to me really strong in the restroom. And in front of some other dude, I ended up punching him in the shoulder pretty hard to let him know, back off, dude. And then he became very submissive. Then I really had no interest. When a guy tries to force himself on me, and then I have to get aggressive, and then they become really submissive, and then they want me in a more submissive manner, it's kind of like, I don't want him at all. I don't want that craziness. That to me, it's somewhat sociopathic behavior. So he ends up buzzing off, which was fine. You know, I may be confusing my nights. I don't know if this happened the same night. Anyway, we're watching the election. It's progressing. Trump is winning states. He won Pennsylvania. The white whale for the Republicans. And I'm laughing as I'm watching all this because I'm seeing Rachel Maddow about to cry, and she's trying to be professional. So then eventually Clinton phoned Trump to congratulate him on winning, and I began to cry. So I was trying to fight off tears like Rachel Maddow was doing, and I'm getting drunk, and I got very, very drunk, and I came home. I didn't hook up. Prior to coming home, I guess apparently these were gay Republicans. Some of them were like really happy, and I was kind of like, eh. A couple people started cussing and fighting. I ended up breaking up a verbal spat that was going on. And it was from someone who was saying, shut up, let's hear him give his victory speech. I can't stand him, but I want to hear what he has to say. That was the gist of the argument. And the other person he was interrupting the whole speech. I don't like Trump, and I wanted to hear what he had to say as well. But that was the whole reason why that argument started. And many people started ganging up on him for telling people, let us hear what he has to say. So I kind of calmed him down because for him it was a losing battle. The few people that were pro-Trump, they just left the bar right after. Right after doing a big shout. So I went home. I was very, very drunk. I think I got more drunk in my apartment. I went out to the fire escape. I was crying and I was sobbing. I was telling this person who I think was homeless. This was after 2 a.m. He was sitting out in the back of his building, the part that faces the alley, and the back of my building. I think this person was homeless and he was Latino. I assumed he was Spanish speaking. And I was telling him in Spanish, drunk off my ass, in tears, crying, that I'm so sorry he won. It's not my fault. I didn't vote for him. I had a few nasty words to describe him. And this poor guy is sitting down there like probably wanting me just to shut up. But I was in tears. What are you gonna do? That was it. A lot of doing this on Facebook. But I like the media. I think I'm fine now with the media being biased. I just wish the media would admit that they are biased. But they're not going to admit that they're biased. Anyway, it's like Fox News is not going to admit that they're biased. So, like, subscribe, share, comment, commercials, recommend my videos. Do one or more of those things. Thank you, and best wishes.